So, I don't have a lot of friends. I only have two that I know in real life, and one that I can actually see consistently if I were to take the effort to do so. But for a long time in my life, I never really had a lot of friends, and when I tried to make friends, it was yeah, it was tragic, for lack of a better term. Because I'd be the oofy doofy, or I would be the jester maxing kind of guy, and to try so hard and gain nothing. But this was the days before I realized that I don't really need any of that shit, and it's stupid to even try when most people are just fake. But I guess that's only relative. But being surrounded by people who don't support you, or what's the word I'm looking for? They're assholes, and they'll talk about you behind their back or some shit. And friends can talk about you behind your back too, but they can also be supportive. Me, recently, I've fucking gained more consciousness in to knowing it's not just the word, just the actions that you do. And so I think to myself, damn, all those times, and not that there's been many times, but you could give a nigga some gas money, that would show that you care, right? But that's what I plan to do in the future, for that one homie. But even, you know, I could do that once I get some dosh. But what was it that I was gonna say? I can save that for later, and I gotta learn to mute Discord. But having friends, or at least someone that you can talk to, maybe not about everything, but talk about the state of the world, or current events. Those are kind of boring, but state of the world and living, and being there, and I'm not feeling too hot, I might want to check out, log off the server, that kind of shit. It's nice to have the options to lean on from time to time, but those can be so rare. And even then, what you think is a friendship may not even be what you think, so it's crucial to test it. But there is, what was it I was gonna say, fuck, the telephone works both ways, which is to say, if you're feeling lonely, and you've got friends that you could talk to or have talked to in the past, reach out. And this isn't to say being desperate or anything like that. It's just to say, if you haven't reached out, because you're playing the fucking game of chicken shit, or you don't really care, I mean, more power to you. But if you're not making the attempt, then I'm not saying reach your, like, I'm not saying lower your guard, but if there's something that you want, and you want to talk to a nigga, a friend, or something to talk about is going on in your life, I mean, I'm not saying don't do that, but reach out and be aware if that is a person that you should even be reaching out to in the first place. Now, there can be different circumstances, say you're a third wheel in a friendship, then you can still always manage that, but you still have to look out for number one. So I mean, if it's not serving you equally amongst that group, then we already know, we just cut the shit off, because we're already alone anyway. So I mean, it's not really gonna bother you too much if you just let go of some stupid motherfuckers that don't really care about you, and they're too busy sucking each other off to get the friendship with you. Pause. But you know what I mean, right? Anyway, but like I said, that's how niggas are. We just cut the shit off, and it's women do the same thing, but in different ways. But anyway, what else is there to really say here at this point? I'm not too emotionally straightened or centered to really continue. So let's say instead we were to move on to something different. When you're in the depths of loneliness and being consumed by it, you have to fill your time. You have to, if you can, reach out. If you want to. I'm not forcing you to do anything, I can't, literally, but just because you're sexless, just because, society hates you and demonizes you for what it is that you've got between your legs, it doesn't mean that, everything is lost. It's all over. And then they use that as a means to just wallow in their despair. Life still moves on. With or without you. It still churns. And despite the circumstances, it's still your choice. But you haven't tried everything. You may not be getting a woman, and why would you want to get one if you've listened to me for any amount of time, right? You'd understand that relationship is not the way to go about it, living in life. And so, but that's not all. You have to evolve. You've got this one life. You can't spend it all, every day just like, damn, I wish I had some bitches, and struggling in the pit of despair is not healthy for you. So I'm not saying like, oh, go interact with normies, bro. Because fuck those guys. They're not gonna fucking understand. Much less you try to fucking like tell them like about what it is that is ailing you. It's not gonna fucking work out because they're just gonna give you the same just bro advice. It's not gonna help out. We are all animals, except we are some of the animals that are thinking, and we came to the thinking part because we, for one reason or another, are off of the scale, or rather, for one reason or another, we can't follow the script that has been given, and so we think about the issues that plague us first, personally, but then wider. For me, I've been in my room for a year now. 5 days a week. Minus getting, groceries, or if I feel once in a blue moon to get up and go outside and travel, you know what I mean? Quote, quote, travel. It's just walking around or going maybe like 5-10 miles out, or to maybe go get something that I know I can only get from here, or just go out and just see the sights, you know what I mean? But that's something that is important to me to do because, as per the channel name, wander, sit like but to reiterate, I've been in my room for a year, and that's 5 days a week, and not doing shit. My only hobbies right now is either walking or just being on the computer, playing games, or learning how to do new shit, but I hardly ever get outside. And I forget who said this, probably Jordan Peterson or some shit like that, and I'm not saying, that's an idol of mine, but I think he said, and there's this meme about it, where, like, making your room the all room is the closest, or the fastest way for you to suffer. So you live there, you sleep there, and you're basically doing everything there now. And it's where food is at, where you eat. It's where trash is at that you haven't thrown away because of the malaise of just like, damn, well, fuck it, I don't care, you know what I mean? But if you get there you will suffer extremely. And if you're already there, then I understand how painful it is. But, and I'm not shaming you, but you have to find some way out of it. You really, really do, because I think there's only been maybe once or twice where I've like half-assed cleaned my room, and I can see the floor, and it actually, I can walk around it. But for the most part, a year, the spot has just been fucking dirty, you know. And the only thing that could really motivate me is if I get some whore in the room that's like, oh yeah, I'll come over and yeah, sure, I'll fuck, you know. And that's not me being a slayer or anything like that, but I genuinely hope for your success, and I hope that at the very least you get up and clean your room, bucko. But take care of yourself. Brush your teeth, use a pick between, and all that other kind of shit, because you let yourself go in this one life that we have, by all accounts. Enjoy the time that you have, despite the things that you are lacking in. Anyway, with that said, I'm not logging off the server. I know this one was a bit it was a bit more closer to home, or maybe it hit close to home for you. But I hope you enjoy it. Anyway, I've got the script coming up, but it's practically done. I just like to add little additions and ask, hey, GPT, what would you add to the script so that it is full? It's like 10K characters right now. I don't know what that is in words. I looked it up, but I totally forgot. But anyway, I hope you're doing all right. It's I know it can be tough. Believe you me, if you stick around in any of these spaces for long enough, it can really compound down on you. So anyway, with that said, once again, I hope you're doing all right, and I hope you can at least get out of the rut temporarily to enjoy your life somewhat. And it doesn't really even necessarily mean you going outside, but keeping your space clean and not looking at the dump of a mess around you can definitely increase your mood. You gotta take the wins where you can, even if they're small things that we should already be doing. When you go out of your way to do them, it can feel like the world. But yeah, if I didn't say it before, wink wink, nudge nudge, honk honk, take care of yourself, and have a great rest of your day. Thanks for listening.